What's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean bro, and today is 2022, October, November, December, September, October, November, December, September 25th. Okay, Sunday night, and let's look at articles. Okay, hmm. What articles do we have tonight? German leader continues golf tour with stops. Hold on. Stops in UAE, Qatar. Labor conference starts with focus on immoral tax cuts. Poverty, inflation fear, Egypt economy pushed to brink. Poverty, okay. Will Wall Street's enthusiasm about Datadog lead to big gains? Okay. Get 1 terabyte of top-rated cloud storage for life for just $112. Okay. Two semiconductor stocks watch for reversals. Will CrowdStrike get a boost from increased EPS guidance? We got only like a five articles tonight, so let's read one by one. Okay. Labor conference starts with focus on immoral tax cuts. Labor conference starts with focus on immoral tax cuts. Britain's opposition Labour Party opened its annual conference Sunday with leaders attacking the immoral tax cutting of the new Conservative government. With leaders attacking the moral tax cutting of the new Conservative government. The event this year taking place in the northern city of Liverpool kicked off 2 days after the UK government under new Prime Minister Liz Truss said it would scrap a 45% tax rate for Britain's highest earners and forge ahead with plans to boost growth. So basically, like they are scraping a 45% tax rate, uh, and labor conference. There's a opposition Labor Party opened its annual conference with leaders attacking the immoral tax cutting the new Conservative government. Okay, I get it. The Labour Party has seized on the tax cut as a crux issue for hard-to-heal Britons who are struggling through the worst cost of living rise in decades. Yeah, Britain, people living in Britain also have a hard time. They're struggling through the worst cost of living. Okay. Labour leader Keir Starmer told supporters the Conservative Party uh, has shown its true colors in providing tax relief for high earners. They make the rich richer and do nothing for working people. They make the rich richer and do nothing for working people, he said as he arrived at the conference. Andy Burnham, the mayor of Manchester, one of the UK's largest cities, said the policy was immoral. Policy 45% is harsh, I think. Of course, uh, people wouldn't like it because who would like it? I mean, 45% tax everything that you earn, and 45% of what you earn goes to government, and who would be motivated to work harder, right? So. Next one, German leader continues golf tour, which stops in UAE, Qatar. German leader, okay. From what I'm guessing, they are out there to have partnership with an oil company since they have a shortage problem in terms of providing oil and natural gas to companies because I mean companies gotta make some products, right? So German Chancellor Olaf Scholz planted a tree at a mangrove park in the United Arab Emirates on Sunday, a token nod to environmentalism during a 2-day visit to the Gulf region, focused mainly on securing new fossil fuel supplies and forging fresh lines against Russia. Something symbolic movement. Okay, Germany is trying to win itself off energy imports from Russia in response to the invasion of Ukraine, while avoiding an energy shortage in the coming months. Okay, trying to win itself off energy imports from Russia in response to the invasion of Ukraine, while avoiding an energy shortage in the coming months. Okay, to do so, the German government has sought out new natural gas suppliers while also installing terminals to bring the fuel into the country by ship. After visiting the Jebel Mangrove Port in Abu Dhabi, Schultz was scheduled to meet UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan to sign an accord on energy cooperation and the country's hosting of next year's UN climate talks. So we definitely feel that we're out of energy. Because of conflict between Russia and Ukraine. There's uh, countries are countries try not to import uh, natural resources from Russia. Instead, they are looking for something else. And what German president found was that the pipeline that he can get from Abu Dhabi, UAE, and the partnership cooperation thingy. Poverty inflation for Egypt's economy pushed to brink. Dubai, stores are selling winter clothes from last season in the middle of summer. Repair shops lack spare parts for appliances. There's a waiting list to buy a new car. Egypt, a country of more than 103 million people, is running low on foreign currency needed to buy essentials like grain and fuel. To keep US dollar in the country, the government has tightened imports, meaning fewer new cars and summer dresses for nearly a third of Egyptians living in poverty. Mm. And the millions more in poor conditions. The country's economic woes mean life is much harder than off-season shopping. They're seeing less food on the table. A decade after deadly protests and political upheaval rocked the Middle East's most populous nation, the economy is still staggering and has taken new hits. Okay, I get it. So Egypt's economy pushed to brink. Mm. They don't have US dollars. They don't get enough food. Uh, they have to wait in line to get a new car. Uh, and for them to get new dresses, they'd have to wait. So there, and one third of Egyptians lives in poverty, and like that's like millions of them. So it's serious condition, right? Mm. Get 1 terabyte of top-rated cloud storage flat for just $112. The cloud has gotten more complex over the years, becoming far more than just a place to store your files. It can help scale business operations, offer greater security, and much more to entrepreneurs. But as a small business owner, you probably need to shore up your cloud storage needs before you can start putting the cart ahead of the horse. This September, you can get a special deal on 1 terabyte of cloud storage from Kudev. Using this coupon code KUF, you can save an additional 20% off the already low $139 price tag, bringing the price down to it's one of the web's top-rated cloud storage platform with a 4.6 5-star reviews from G2, GetApp, and Captara, as well as a 4.3 5-star rating on Trustpilot. So I get it. Top-rated cloud storage. Top-rated cloud storage for life for just $112. I think this kind of service will be out there more and more, and people will be looking for it because, like myself, I have to save data, and I want to save data into safe storage, and safe storage. Uh, I'd be definitely paying for safe storage because it's important, right? Two semiconductor stocks watch for reversals. TSM, and one other thing is Nvidia. Okay, gold. Should investors hold it in a bear market? Experts weigh in. Global investors lick wounds and brace for more chaos. Oil price expect a few years of pain after 2022. Analyst says Central Park Tower houses a new wonder of the world. Meta desperate to fight back against Apple's privacy. The market, the stock market is reeling. Here's what could stop the pain next week. 100 times better than gold. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is the next big store of value asset. Will soar 2,500% within 10 years. 1.6 million Americans are about to get an average $750 back from the IRS. Could be one of them. It hasn't been normal as mortgage rates rise for a fifth week. It's time for homebuyers to abandon their old assumptions. Don't look for a stock market bottom until a soaring dollar cools down. Here's why. My friend family. Is Zoom a buy or sell as the Microsoft battle intensifies in business market? High yielding dividend stocks for September 2022. US dollar strength continues as global central bank struggles to keep up with the Fed. Fed finally vanquishes stocks from asset allocation throne. Central banks may stoke risk by raising interest rates together. 5 steps to stop panicking about your 401k. Okay, let's read it one by one, okay? Should investors hold it in a bear market? Experts weigh in. The precious metal is often labeled a hedge against inflation and commonly known as a safe haven. Is looking dull. Gold is 23% off from its peak in March, and 10% down year to date. In our series, What to Do in a Bear Market, we asked experts to tell us if there's value to holding gold in this environment. Why hasn't gold performed better this year? First, with major central banks around the world tightening their policies, this has helped to send bond yields to multi-year highs. Yield-seeking investors have been better off to hold government bonds to get some guaranteed return rather than holding zero-yielding assets like gold. Second, the strengthening US dollar has weighed heavily on nearly all major bulk denominated assets. Hmm. Hold gold in your portfolio, and if so, how much? This is where fund managers and strategists really differ. We do not recommend a fixed allocation to gold unless investors want to speculate on currency rates or have some other short term bull thesis that could cause gold to appreciate. From a price standpoint, it's only like 16 or 17. So for those who are novice investors who want to put their foot into the space, they can buy that without having to expend as much capital, he added. Hmm. Oil price expect a few years of pain after 2022. Although crude oil prices plunged on Friday, energy cost in the coming years could be a different story, an oil analyst says. I think the energy transition is going to be moving into another quarter. Tom Klaza, global head of energy analysis, told Yahoo Finance Life that it's going to herald really the next few years of pain. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has kept oil and other energy costs at historically elevated levels, as Europe is forced to dislodge its dependency on Russian natural gas. Hmm. After Russian President Vladimir Putin called for a partial military mobilization earlier this week, Kloza noted that Russia cutting off the flow of crude oil and refined product is still very, very much a threat. A few years of pain, okay. Okay. Mhm. Meta is desperate to fight back against Apple's private change. Why? It's having a rough year. Meta, Facebook, previous Facebook, uh, previously was Facebook. The company stock price is down 57% year to date, torpedoing CEO Mark Zuckerberg's personal wealth to the tune of $72 billion, according to Bloomberg's Billionaire Index. While the macroeconomic climate is hammering the entire tech industry, Meta and other tech companies that rely on ad-based revenue face a unique headwind. Apple's massive privacy shakeup called App Tracking Transparency, the feature which allows users to determine if they want apps to track them across the web, is expected to cut $10 billion out of Meta's revenue this year, the company said in February. Now the company is being accused of trying to circumvent the feature and violating state and federal data collection laws in a proposed class action lawsuit in California. Apple's privacy changes have dealt crushing blow to Meta's bottom line. But that's not the company's only problem. The growth of TikTok has the social media giant scrambling to reinvent Instagram to appear to Gen Z. Hmm. The main Facebook app, meanwhile, has completely lost its edge, what the younger said. Meta is throwing everything at the wall. Investors don't seem to care about Facebook's metaverse efforts either. Just check out its stock price trajectory over the last year, and you can see the collapse start the same day the company announced the Apple changes were becoming a multi-billion-dollar problem. So it doesn't look that good. I mean, Meta is struggling, and they're fighting back against Apple's private changes. Hmm. and it's not gonna be so good anytime soon. So they'd have some time to figure out what they should do. Mm, yeah. The stock market is reeling. Here's what could stop the pain next. After one of the worst weeks for the stock market in 2022, the two factors could swing the market over the next 3 days and set investors up for a tumultuous fourth quarter. The market is reeling after a brutal sell-off on Friday, capping off a 2-week swoon that took the S&P 500. Jerome Powell has made it clear that the Fed's primary concern is inflation, and the central bank is willing to impose financial pain to bring it down. Investors are increasingly believing him. Okay, so they did it on purpose, right? They did it on purpose. Is willing to impose financial pain to bring it down. Central bank. 3 easy ways to bet on it. Is Zoom a buy or sell as Microsoft battle intensifies in business market? Okay, yes, consumers flocked to Zoom video communication during the coronavirus emergency. Profits soared for Zoom stock, which outperformed the S&P 500, but that big run is long over. Can Zoom stock thrive once again as the company refocuses on corporate clients? Standing in the way is Microsoft and its Teams communications tools for large companies and small businesses. Standing in the way is Microsoft and its Teams communications tools for large companies and small businesses. The video conferencing market is a two-headed race between Microsoft Teams and Zoom. Morgan Stanley analyst Meta Marshall said in a recent note to clients, one possible catalyst for Zoom stock is the upcoming customer conference called Zoomtopia. It's set for November 8th to November 9th. Zoom Video could roll out a new products and provide strategy updates. Analyst says Zoom stock 2023 outlook lowered. Zoom Video reported mixed July quarter results, while guidance missed the Wall Street estimates amid weaknesses in consumer and small business sales. Zoom's cloud-based software sets of video calls with chat tools available. Also, customers can easily share content. But its growth in the consumer market will likely continue to slow amid rising competition. Customer retention is key. Yeah, well, like I myself use both Teams communication and Zoom, and it's hard to tell which is better. Which platform is better? And unless they roll out new products that compete against Microsoft Teams communication, they would have really hard problem. Of course, customer retention is key. They have to have some products to keep their customers. Hmm. Okay. U.S. dollar strength continues as global central banks struggle to keep up with the Fed. Okay, central banks. U.S. dollar strength continues as global central banks struggle to keep up with the Fed. The U.S. dollar streamed higher Friday after the British pound was whacked when British authorities introduced a new stimulus package consisting of fresh spending and tax cuts. Issues in the UK are only the latest catalyst for the ascent of the mighty greenback, which is up more than 70% so far in 2022, the largest year-to-date percentage gain since at least 1972. Behind U.S. dollar strength is the Federal Reserve, which is steadfastly holding to its commitment to curb soaring price inflation. This past week, it hiked its benchmark interest rates by 75 basis points for the third straight meeting, the fastest clip since the U.S. suffered its last major bout with inflation in the early 1980s. Other central banks are struggling to keep up with the Fed. It's like Federal Reserve is like running, it's flying, and like central bank is trying to keep up with the Fed, but they're like running. Hmm. It's likely too late for most currency regimes, developed or otherwise, to avoid a serious additional pain. At the same time, there are two of the currencies that have strengthened against the dollar in 2022: Mexican peso and the Brazilian real. Okay, it gets complicated, right? Hmm. So what I'm about to do next is look certain companies up on the Yahoo Finance and see if they are worth investing. Okay. First that I'm going to look at is a Zscaler. Okay. 4 oversold technology stocks by amid market uncertainties. I get it. Okay, technology has been among the most battered sectors amid the builder market sell-off this year. Pure storage. Let's look at pure storage. Pure storage. Pure storage is one of the world's leading providers of cloud-based security solutions. It offers a full range of enterprise network security services, including web security, internet security, antivirus, vulnerability management, firewalls, and control over user activity in mobile, cloud computing, and IoT environments. Zscaler is benefiting from the rising demand for cybersecurity solutions owing to the slew of data breaches. The increasing demand for privileged access security on digital transformation and cloud migration strategies is a key growth driver. Zscaler's portfolio strength boosts its competitive edge and helps add users. Also, the recent acquisition of Smokescreen and Trustdome are expected to to enhance its portfolio. Zscaler currently carries a Zacks rank number 2. Okay, Zscaler. Pass. And next one is Twilio. Three growth stocks down 54 to 84% that you can buy and hold forever. Twilio has become one of the early and more notable victims of the current bear market. It peaked at around 457%, $7 per share in February 2021, but its decline did not accelerate until later that year. At the current price of approximately $73 per share, it has experienced a drop of about 84%. Twilio is a communication platform as a service business supporting the voice, text, video, and email needs that make many tech-oriented enterprise possible. Twilio stock surged higher as consumers saw a greater need for such apps during the pandemic-related lockdowns, but it has seen a slowdown in growth as more offline activity resumed. In 2021, revenue increased by 61% for the year. By quarter second, the growth has slowed to 41%, and the company forecasts a robust but less impressive revenue jump of between 30 and 32% for quarter three. Amid this news and the lower stock price, Twilio recently laid off 11% of its workforce. So investors had likely priced too much growth into the stock in early 2021. Its price to sales ratio had reached a high of 36 at that time. Its PS ratio stands at around 4, a level just above its all-time lows. Furthermore, even amid the bad news, the improvements have continued. Twilio services is indispensable in supporting tech companies like Lyft and Airbnb. This gives Twilio a competitive advantage over peers because such business may struggle to afford the outages as which would involve. Twilio a competitive advantage over peers because such businesses may struggle to afford the outages which would involve also products such as Twilio Flex, a contact center support product. The Twilio Segment Data Cloud can save its clients money on development costs. Future Market Insights forecast a 25% compound annual growth rate for CPOS through 2032. Estimated it will expand into a $59 billion industry. This means that its rapid revenue growth should continue for years. That rate of increase should help make Twilio stock a buy as it works to reverse its massive share price decline. Salesforce. Software stocks have plunged this year on a range of concerns. Okta is down 80%, but still has a huge growth opportunity in identity software. Okta. Okta and Salesforce. Okay. Okta have plunged this year on a range of concerns. Okta is down 80%, but still has a huge growth opportunity in identity software. Salesforce has a long history of beating the market. Well positioned to deliver long-term growth. Venture capitalist Mark Edmondson famously said that software is eating the world, but this year it seems more like software is eating itself. Good expression. Software stocks have plunged in 2022 as multiple factors have combined to sink the sector. Fears about the potential recession, lofty valuations, and a shift away from tech as the pandemic feds. However, that plunge has created some appealing opportunities to buy. Valuations now look much more reasonable than they did a year ago, and revenue growth rates have largely held steady for most software as a service stocks. If you're looking to buy on weaknesses, two software stocks that are primed to deliver long-term growth are Okta and Salesforce. The leader in cloud identity. Okta stock tumbled after its recent earnings report as the company acknowledged challenges in integrating FO, the customer identity software business it acquired last year. The stock is now down roughly 80% from its peak last year. Okta also said it was reevaluating its long-term target of $4 billion in revenue by January 2026 and warned on macro headwinds. A look at Okta's most recent earnings report shows its performance doesn't reflect the plunge in the stock price. Grew 43% to $452 million, beating estimates, and the company raised its guidance. While management said sales cycles were lengthening and remaining performance obligations grew more slowly at 25%, the future still looks promising. Okta, which provides software tools that allow employees and customers to log on seamlessly and securely and stay connected, which provides software tools that allow employees and customers log on seamlessly and securely and stay connected, said it has replaced the old salespeople it lost in the merger and is in the process of ramping them up. It's also changed its go-to-market strategy to make it easier for its sales force and customers to understand which customer identity product is right for them. Which customer identity product is right for them. Margins are expected to improve as the company said free cash flow would flip back to being positive in the third quarter and expand in the fourth quarter. Finally, Okta is targeting an $80 billion addressable market. The company is on the track to bring in less than $2 billion in revenue this year, leaving a long runway of growth ahead of it. The stock now trades at a price to sales ratio of less than 6, the cheapest it's been according to that metric since its 2017 initial public offering. Mm. The cloud software pioneer, Salesforce. Arguably more than any other company, Salesforce has led the cloud software revolution. Investors have reaped the rewards, as the stock is up more than 3,000% since its 2004 IPO. Founded in 1999, the company is synonymous with customer relationship management software. It's still delivering strong growth. Revenue rose 22% in its most recent quarter, or 26% in constant currency to $7 billion. The adjusted operating margin was 20%. Also, just announced a new plan to increase profitability, responding to market demands for software stocks to deliver more on the bottom line. At its Dreamforce conference this week, the company outlined a plan to expand adjusted operating margins to 25%, in part by reducing spending on sales and marketing from 45% of revenue to 35% of revenue. It also said it would rein in share dilution to fund acquisitions, which comes shortly after it announced its first ever share repurchase authorization for $10 billion. New customers, especially small and medium sized businesses, and the introduction of new products at, at Dreamforce. At Dreamforce, Salesforce announced Genie, which it called a new data platform that enables the world's first real time CRM. So there's no doubts on investing into Zscaler, Twilio, Salesforce, Okta, right? And we got mm, Block. Wall Street ads have a consensus rating of buy on Mercado Libre and Block. Mercado Libre is well positioned to benefit as e-commerce and digital payments continue to gain traction with consumers in Latin America. Block is building a commerce marketplace within the Cash App. Commerce marketplace within the Cash App, a savvy move that should unlock synergies with its Square platform. Commerce marketplace. Hmm. A disruptive force in commerce and consumer finance, Block breaks its operations into two segments, Square and Cash App. Hmm. Breaks its operations into two segments. Breaks its operations into two segments. Square comprises an integrated suite of hardware, software, and financial services that help Square comprises an integrated set of hardware, software, and financial services that help merchants grow their businesses across physical and digital storefronts. That comprehensive offering sets Square apart from traditional payment processors. Wait, hold on. Let's read this one more time, okay? Square comprises an integrated set of hardware, software, and financial services that help merchants grow their businesses across physical and digital storefronts. That comprehensive offering sets Square apart from traditional payment processors. That comprehensive offering sets Square apart from traditional payment processors, and it greatly simplifies the commerce for merchants. That comprehensive offering sets Square apart from traditional payment processors. And it greatly simplifies commerce for merchants. Okay, something that they do really simplifies merchants' behavior, right? Comprehensive offering. Cash App simplifies financial services for consumers, allowing users to deposit funds, spend money, and earn rewards, and invest in stocks and cryptocurrency from a single platform. Their broad functionality has led to strong adoption. In the first half of the year, the Cash App was the most downloaded mobile finance app in the US according to Apptopia. Most downloaded mobile finance app in the US according to Apptopia. Okay. Block's disruptive approach to commerce and consumer finance has translated into strong financial results over the past year. Disruptive approach to commerce and consumer finance has translated into strong financial results over the past year, in spite of macroeconomic concerns. Gross profit climbed 37% to $5.1 billion, and free cash flow surged 178% to $563 million. Block. At least I gotta know what they do, right? So Block makes merchants work easier. That's the point. Okay. Cash App is the most downloaded app in finance section in the United States. Okay. And they are going to merge Block and supercharge its Square and the Cash App ecosystems by integrating both with Afterpay, buy now, pay later platform. Okay. And what else do we have? Upwork. Could be 40% below their intrinsic value estimate. Adobe stock has shown weaknesses lately, but financials look strong. Datadog. Jamie explains how Datadog has continued to succeed during the challenging macroeconomic environment, then why he recently bought shares of this growth stock. Check out the short for it to learn more. Datadog, okay, Datadog. We got Zora, Ring Central. We got plenty things to. Ring Central. Upstart, Nvidia. Upstart, and we got Nvidia. Nvidia and Upstart. Okay, we got 3 articles and then I'm done, okay? I'll be reading it really fast. Okay, the first one is Pure Storage, Zscaler, Cuba Software, Ring Central. Okay, Ring Central. Ring Central is a leading provider of unified communication service. Okay, I feel like I'm doing YouTube live too much today. So this is it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Or the day after tomorrow. Bye-bye.